Nketiah is rewarded with the start up front. It's a younger Arsenal side here. Unai Emery hinted that would be the case. So the likes of Aubameyang and Lacazette aren't involved from the start. Tactically, it's a switch as well to a back three composed of Monreal, Mustafi and Chambers. There's other youngsters here. Reece Nelson, who was superb on loan at Hoffenheim, and Bukayo Saka's one to watch as well. Ozil and Mkhitaryan are on the bench if needed, and of course there's no Laurent Koscielny because he has refused to travel to the United States as part of this ongoing dispute with the club. Fiorentina have barely changed their team from the win over Chivas the other night, although an impressive showing off the bench from striker Dusan Vlahovic has earned him a starting role. Also keep an eye on left-back Alexis Terzic and his ability to whip the ball in with his left foot, the new signing from Red Star Belgrade. Giovanni Simeone drops to the bench despite scoring against Chivas a fine header. He's there alongside the in-demand forward Federico Chiesa, who was their top scorer and assist provider last season as well. Actually a left-back who has done that job for Arsenal over the past couple of years.
Yeah, he's been impressive. I've liked him. Mistake here though.
Vlahovic is onto it. Let's see what the young forward can do here. And eventually shut down by Mustafi, let off for Arsenal.
Yeah, rightly identified today for Fiorentina. Terzic, he has to get out and block those crosses because he's deadly when he gets into those areas.
In by Kolasinac, and there was a big deflection. They nearly took that into the net from Ceccarini. And it will be a corner. The direct running, Sotil. Saw some tricks from him down the right-hand side the other day against Chivas. And it's a good ball too. And off target from Saponara, that was an opportunity.
It really was, and you're looking at that Arsenal, you've got three centre-halves. Crosses in the box should...
Before the closing of the window. Vlahovic, here he is again. The target man, they're trying to chase him down. But he's going through on his own, and Sotil's denied the opportunity to tap it in. It's a good save as well from Martinez, and it stays 0-0.
Martinez done well against Bayern Munich, second half when he came on, he's continued that. But once again, we're not even 15 minutes into the game, and twice Mustafi has been caught trying to attack the ball in front of him. When you're running back in that situation, you're praying that your goalkeeper gets you out of trouble, and he does. Good save.
Vital intervention as well from Kolasinac on the rebound, because Sotil was headed for his second goal of this tournament. There's still work to be done now. Saponara with the outswinger. Sun might be in the goalkeeper's eyes here. Oh, and it's directed on target. It looks like it bounced off Ceccarini perhaps, and it runs through to the goalkeeper. The Fiorentina Academy player. But here come Arsenal. Kolasinac again. Squared it nicely. Nketiah! He looks a real finisher. Got the winner against Bayern the other day, and has the opener against Fiorentina. Well taken. Arsenal 1, Fiorentina 0.
The Arsenal fans have reacted. I'm sure the Arsenal coaching staff have as well. We talked about this young player Nketiah and the composure. If you just get that ball in the box, you'll find it. But just look at here. Doesn't panic, good first touch, drops his shoulder, commits a defender, and then the composure to send the goalkeeper the wrong way. As a defender recovering there, you have to dive in. You have to try and stop that initial shot. It's whether or not the young player has the composure to recognise that situation, to allow the defender to sell himself, set himself and finish, and he does that brilliantly.
You have to love that touch before he tucked it away. And another fine moment for the 20-year-old who has been talked about in terms of a potential loan away from Arsenal this season, but three in the middle, one to Reece Nelson. And just guided past the post, tidy little touch from Ollie.
And that they'll loan him back to the French league.
Yep.
But when you don't have a lot of money to spend, I don't know if you want to invest it in the future. It's about the present for this Arsenal squad.
Terzic clips it in, almost finds Vlahovic. And there were two at the back post there for Fiorentina.
You've got three centre-halves.
Showing his pace, brilliant work from the young striker. Is there reinforcements? Straight into the gloves of Tarkowski. Did so well initially, shame about the end product.
Gone for forward players to block runs so that they can go and attack the ball.
Saponara's delivery, oh, well defended on the line, but Ceccarini was able to challenge for that.
Looked like he had real pace about it as well. Important now, recovery runs, get back in.
Sotil.
Wow.
Looks like the flag has stayed down. Arsenal all over the place here. And Martinez is there to bail out his back line again.
Looking at that Arsenal defence. Not sure whether or not it is offside or not. Recover. I know it's a famous thing for defenders for Arsenal to put their hands up, play for offside, but they're guessing rather than knowing what they're doing.
Simple ball over the top.
That £40 million offer and £1 for Suarez.
Oh, they might be in here. Brilliant little touch towards goal for Vlahovic. Well, there he is with a chance right on half-time. Good play from Fiorentina, right through the middle of Arsenal. Relatively comfortably as well, nearly guided it home.
Just an example there of Chambers playing in the back three. He doesn't read that situation well enough. If he's centre forward making a run across the face of him.
Saponara dinks it over the top. Jenkinson's having to track back. They might be in trouble here. Oh, and Benassi denied by a really strong glove from Leno. His first contribution since coming on at half-time.
You said about Benassi's strength, running from deep in behind his centre forward. Does it brilliantly there, settles that ball, drives it hard to that top corner, and then just a strong palm away.
Yeah, he was their top Serie A scorer last season. Benassi from midfield with 9 goals. That was a really good hit. Leno impressive.
Lacazette that deep, he's like a holding midfielder. Supposed to be a number 9.
Here he is, in a more familiar position. He has got this move going. Might want it back as well off Nelson. We've still got it, Nelson. Stinging the drive, but parried out by Terracciano. Lacazette. Still Lacazette. Thumped on target. Nelson. I think the flag was up anyway, but was nearly in to score there, Reece Nelson.
Good playing around that 10 area. Those two young centre midfielders got a good understanding, would have played a lot of youth football together. And no surprise, as soon as Lacazette works an angle just to get half a yard, he's pulling the trigger. The keeper takes no chances to palm it away. He's relieved to see that Nelson was given offside in that initial strike. To an extent that Emery's original desire to play just one centre forward has changed a lot in terms of trying to fit them both into the team.
I think the goalkeeper's handled that outside his penalty area. Well, that was utterly bizarre from Terracciano. He must have completely misunderstood where his penalty area was, and it will be a free kick to Arsenal on the edge of the box. Look at this.
He's way outside. It's not a case of the ball holding up on the fly and then being caught out. He's just made a decision, he's punching no matter where it lands.
Deary me. So it will be a free kick.
I'd expect those guys in the Arsenal shirt in the wall to just lean into it, create a little bit of a gap for Lacazette to strike through.
Lacazette has the intent in his eyes. He's been over that ball as well. He's going to try and clip it. Not a million miles away from the France international.
Looking out of possession, and he was that.
Oh, pressure here. Trouble for Mustafi. Terzic, no foul, says the referee. Play on after the tackle from Jenkinson. Mkhitaryan gets it back from Lacazette. Fiorentina in real trouble here. And Mkhitaryan will keep going. Not a foul off the ball, says the referee. Lacazette, and it's a second for Nketiah. He's done it again. Another penalty box finish from the striker. Fiorentina felt there was certainly a challenge, a foul off the ball on the edge of the box, blocked off. Nothing given by the referee, and the youngster has his second. Arsenal 2, Fiorentina 0.
Another example of his ability in the box. Inter Milan are seething. They're convinced Jenkinson has blocked one player, not convinced he blocked the second one. But good composure by Lacazette to spot the spare man on his left-hand side. And that spare man, Nketiah, you give him the ball in and around that 6-yard box, invariably that ball ends in the back of the net.
Fiorentina was so stretched by this point. There were two players queuing up there for Arsenal, and Nketiah has his third goal in 2 games at the International Champions Cup.
Oh, nice.
Gets lucky, but made his own luck there, Willock, and he's still going here as he's scythed down on the edge of the penalty area. Fair challenge, says the referee, but it looks like the 19-year-old England Youth International has got a problem.
That's great to see, that energy, that pace, running with the ball from centre midfield. Look at the impact it makes. 3 Fiorentina defenders have to really engage to stop him. He was motoring that well. Just wondering whether he gaps that ankle on the strike there.
Playing that Unai Emery wanted. Hansko, what a fine ball that is. Simeone guided towards goal, and Kofi was there, but couldn't direct it back across. That was a good half chance for Fiorentina.
That really was. Doesn't look like he's a great connection on the cutback. See his frustration now. Again, a basic diagonal. Someone's getting in behind. Just please.
Xhaka thumps away the header. And Ozil waits that delightfully. Oh, and he's racing through here. Great chance for Martinelli. Oh, and what a fantastic chance to really announce himself as an Arsenal player. Did so well until the finish, narrowly wide.
Initially when Arsenal break, I thought it was Mkhitaryan, how quick Martinelli was moving. He was really going through the gears. Just a couple of those touches just at the last moment don't allow him to set the ball well enough, but look at him in terms of his pace. His eyes light up in. Now look at the touches here. Just can't quite settle it there. Can't quite settle it again. The ball's bouncing. Nevertheless, you'd still back him to bend it into that far post. You can see his frustration. He knows he should have made that up.
Angers and Barcelona before the season starts in the Premier League. Lacazette, delightfully done. Willock has got his goal. 3-0 Arsenal. That's a lovely one. And Joe Willock has put this beyond Fiorentina's reach. The Gunners up by 3-0 and headed for 3 points at the International Champions Cup.
Well, we talked about the impact this young man could make. A lot of comparisons to Aaron Ramsey, and this is the perfect example there. The willingness to run past your centre forwards from central midfield, and then the composure to finish. Look at that first touch. Sets it brilliantly, and then the composure on the left-hand side gives the goalkeeper no chance. Well, his teammates, his manager has said he's a player who can potentially make a real breakthrough this season. And if he continues running into the box and finishing like that, they're absolutely right. Great goal.
Did actually score 3 times last season for Arsenal in 6 appearances. Week in their final International Champions Cup game. Job done for Arsenal, and 2 of the young stars of this tour have done it again. 2 goals for Eddie Nketiah after his winning goal against Bayern Munich last time out. 1 in either half. Joe Willock with the other right at the end. A great run into the box and finish. Full time, Arsenal 3, Fiorentina 0.